Hey, Tori Hill out of Houma, Louisiana, and I get the privilege of being your host today for our Build and Grow Blueprint for this month. I am excited for you to hear from four amazing colleagues. But first, I want you to think about this. How many people do you know that are struggling in our economy today? I could personally think of so many people. They're working two, three jobs. We have the perfect solution for better health, better finances, and to help them find time to be with the people that they love. So, as we sit here and listen to our training today, I want you to clear your mind. I want you to be ready to soak in all this great knowledge. I want you to have your pen and paper ready, just like I do, so that I could take notes. First, we get to hear from our dear friend Lucia out of Australia. She just makes me smile every time I think of her. She is going to teach us about databasing, which you should be doing every single day, and how to use AI, ChatGTP, to build our business and to answer some of those obstacles that people give us. I don't have time, I don't have money, all of those good things. So get ready. Lucia, the floor is yours.
Chia here, coming to you all the way from Perth, Western Australia. And I'm so excited to be with you today and to share some strategies on how you can grow your database using AI. Now, time is of the essence, so I'm going to get stuck straight into it. And what I want from you is to sit back, relax, and take this information in and know that it's going to be a lot of information. So I've created a cheat sheet for you where you'll be able to reference back to the prompts and what we are discussing today, right? I want you to go out and crush it. So we've done that for you. So there's two strategies that we will share with you today using where you can use AI to grow your database, and that's adding cold contacts strategically and use attraction-based engagement to warm up people. Now, you can use our TPC sales bot for this. It knows us. I encourage you all to get it. Alternatively, you can still use ChatGPT. Totally fine, or whatever AI tool you are using for your business right now. So let's get stuck straight into it. So adding cold contact strategically. Cold is unfamiliar until you establish some shared interest and are able to create connection. So like Lucia, I get that, but how do I actually do it? So we need to find where you belong. And what I mean by that is we need to find communities that you are passionate about. What are your hobbies? We need to think about that. And then you do need to go on Facebook and you need to join those groups, right? You're like, okay, Lucia, I get that, but I'm still stuck with like where I should be looking and where I should start. That's okay. This is prompt number one. I've got you. So you can go into your AI tool and you can paste this prompt in there and you can say, help me identify online communities on Facebook groups or interest areas where people who love insert your passion. So in here, for me, it would be travel. For you, it might be cooking, sports, football, rugby, could be swimming, could be reading, could be whatever it might be. Insert your passion, spend their time, okay? Your AI tool will then provide you with a list of Facebook groups that people are hanging out in, your people who are passionate about that stuff. It's then up to you to go into Facebook and add yourself to those communities. So your first assignment is to go and do this and go and join 5 Facebook groups straight away. That's what I want you to do. Work out what your passion is, use this prompt, go join 5 Facebook groups. So once you are in the Facebook groups, what I want you to do is I want you to engage publicly. First, I want you to like, I want you to comment, I want you to add value, just like this. So this lady is in one of my travel groups. She's posted about Qantas frequent flyers. So as you can see there, she's posted, I've commented, I've added value, no mention about my business. I am just adding value, being a good human. So she wants Qantas frequent flyers. I've advised if she's part of the Woolworths programs, she can get her points converted to Qantas frequent flyer points. That's pretty cool, right? Engaging. Now you're thinking, I see posts like that all the time, but sometimes I get stuck on what to say or on how I should say it. This is prompt number 2, just for you. You can paste this into your AI tool and you can say, help me write a thoughtful, engaging comments I can leave on posts about whatever the topic is that adds value without mentioning my business, right? Hot tip coming right up because I'm coming in hot. So what you can also do, if you didn't know, you can take a screenshot of the post, upload it into your AI tool, and then you can give it the prompt. So know specifically what post you want to comment on. All right. So yes, take a screenshot, upload it into your AI tool, give it the prompt, will then give you a comment, then you can copy and paste back onto Facebook and respond to that post. Now, make sure that what AI is giving you actually sounds like you. We don't want to take away your authenticity. We don't want for you to use your personality, but we want you to use this as a tool to streamline what you're doing and make life easier, so you can build your business, in a more simpler way, right? So that's one of the tips. So now, once we've done that, it's natural for us to move into the DMs, right? We want to add these people to our database. So how do we do that? Okay, so now it's natural for us to move into the DMs. So just to recap, she's posted, we've commented. Okay, then I'm going to go check this lady out. She's my type of person. I'm going to send her a friend request. I'm giving you permission to send people on social media a friend request. She knows who you are now because you've commented. She can see your comment, all right? You're no longer a stranger, but you're going to send her a friend request, and then you're going to send her a direct message. And in this example, I might say to this lady, I'm going to name her Michelle. Hey, Michelle, saw your post in the group the other day in relation to Qantas frequent flyers, blah, 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 blah. I've commented in relation to the converting them to Qantas frequent flyers, Woolworths rewards, converting them, etc. If you've come across any other strategies, please let me know, because I also like to, increase my Qantas frequent flyers, as I also love to travel, right? So as you can see there, once again, I am not pitching. I am genuinely making a connection with someone who I'm going to, add to my database, right? So now you're thinking, right, Lucia, I like that strategy, but I'm still not sure on what I should say in the DMs. That's okay. What you can do is copy this prompt, and you can say, I commented on someone's post, travel and fitness, etc. Whatever it might be. Here's what they posted. Here's what I commented. So you've got to put it all in there. Help me write a natural DM that continues the conversation in a friendly way without sending salesy or random. All right. Once again, you can upload, screenshot the post, your comment, and then upload it into your AI tool, and then ask it to write you a DM script that you can send the person, right? And it will do that naturally for you. Just once again, read it, make sure it sounds like you before you send it, and then copy it and send it on, right? So that's how you can add people to your database and connect with them in a genuine, authentic way without sounding salesy or spammy. Now, let's move on to strategy number 2. So attraction-based cold market system using Facebook groups. So now we know where you are, right? We know where you belong, which is great. You've gone off and joined those 5 groups. And now another strategy is, instead of you being the one that comment on other people's posts, how about you create some really engaging posts? So this is an example. So if you could wake up anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would it be and why? So for me, I'd post this in a travel group. So I'd go in and I would post this exact thing. So this is a high engagement post, and it's low resistance. And the results that it delivers are just like this. People like to comment, right? There's 404 comments on the first one, 454 on the next one, 464 on the other. That's 1,200 people that you could potentially be adding to your database. And one post, if it works in one travel group, for example, for you, it might be swimming, it might be footy, whatever it might be. But if it works in one group, it will most likely work in another group. So you can copy that and paste it in similar groups, right? So you can do that, which is pretty clever. So now you're thinking, okay, Lucia, I get this, but I'm still not sure on what I should say. All okay, I've got another prompt for you right here, coming right up. So I'm passionate about whatever it might be. Let's use travel for now. I'm passionate about travel. Help me create 5 engaging Facebook posts that spark comments and conversations. Keep them short, natural, and curiosity driven. Do not mention my business. Okay. You can also upload, if you've seen some out there that you're like, oh, these are really good. You can upload them and then use the prompt, and you can say use the below as an example, while using your passion, if that makes sense. So this is another strategy, which is really cool. So once you've posted, people are now commenting. I still want you to like, comment, and converse on that post. The more you do that, the more the algorithm will push that post out and more people will see it. And then therefore you will receive more comments, more people to add to your database. Okay. So now you're like, right, well, we do need to move this conversation to the DMs, in a natural way. So just to recap, you have posted this time, they have commented, potentially there's a little bit of conversation happening, potentially there isn't. Totally okay for you to still send them a friend request and move into the DMs. And this is something that you could say, hey, Michelle, I loved your comment about place, topic, whatever it might be. I'd love to ask you a couple more questions about it. Once again, I'm not being spammy. I'm genuinely creating conversation. I'm using social media to be social, which is what it was designed to do. Now you're thinking, okay, I get that, but I still need a little bit of help. Oh, good. We got you. Prompt number 5. Someone commented on my post about et cetera, et cetera. Here's what they said. Here's what I said. Help me write a natural, friendly DM that builds connection and continues the conversation without sounding salesy. So it'll give you an example. Potentially you can copy that straight as it is because it sounds like you and you can direct message it, or you may need to tweak it. Once again, don't lose your voice. Don't lose your authenticity. Use AI to support you and, and help you with getting the conversations flowing. Alrighty. So now there might be a conversation that is really flowing and you're talking about everything, right? So it might be natural as the conversation's flowing for you to share that you are in the wellness space, right? So you could say, prompt number 7 you could copy this and paste it into your AI tool. And you could say, I've been talking with someone about shared interests, whatever they might be. Once again, you can upload the conversations. Help me naturally mention that I work in the wellness space in a way that connects to this conversation without being pushy. And it will actually draft something up for you to review and see if it sounds like you. And then you can send it or you can tweak it. Or it might say, look, right now it's not the right time as well. Like, we're still at the early stages. You can ask it to do that, to review your conversation, to see whether it's time for you to raise it. But if your gut says to do it, do it. Why not? You have nothing to lose. So here we go. So what I've done here as well is created some master prompts for you. Okay. I love the ones that I've shared in the training. These are extra. And I've also included some master prompts for your warm market to reignite them, because these are people that already know you, they like you, and there is already some level of trust right there, but they're sitting dormant. So let's not forget about them. Now, I have shared to add people on Facebook, so you can stay connected, but that's because also they can see what you are posting about and what you're talking about. So naturally, if you're talking about the business, if you're talking about the products and you're posting your stories, they will see that as well. Okay, so very excited for you all. Thank you so much for for the honor to be here and share this information with you all. I hope that you've found some value. 2026 is our breakthrough year, and I encourage you all to use whatever you're going to learn today and go crush it. Go make the most of it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.
Lucia, thank you. That was fantastic. And I can't wait to apply all of that to my business. Next, we get to hear from Brandon Cunningham, our fierce leader, my mentor, and I look up to Brandon because he's so successful. I want what he has. So if I do, I have to do what Brandon does. If he says he's in all recruit mode, guess what Tori's doing? I am recruiting. So I want you to listen to his wisdom, his knowledge on how to own your own business. Because guess what, guys? Owning LifeVantage, your business, is a gift. It's a responsibility. And we have so many people out there that we need to share this with. So Brandon, I can't wait to take notes. The floor is yours.
Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying this amazing training that you're getting today. I want to talk to you for just a few minutes about the advantages once you become a consultant financially. Now, everyone that's watching this for the most part is probably a consultant. If not, you're a guest. That's incredible. I hope you join us. And if you join us, I'm about to teach you how you can put an extra few $1,000s in your pocket this year, right? Regardless if you sell any products, okay? let's talk about the advantages of owning a business and how you are in fact impacted with your taxes. All right, it's tax time. You're getting documents in the mail right now. If you're an employer, you know you're sending those documents out, and those documents you are putting together, you're going to organize, and sometime in April, in May for some, or if you extend it September, you are going to file your taxes. And a lot of times we owe money on those taxes. That's not the fun part. And the less we owe, the better, right? Would you agree? The less we owe, the better. And by owning a business, a LifeVantage business, you are eligible now for deductions that you were not eligible for. Now, why am I telling you this also? I would like for you guys to be able to have this conversation or approach at times to help you grow your business. In conversation, people are going to talk about taxes. They're going to talk about how things have become very difficult for them. Or maybe they're going to talk about travel. I'm going to get to that in a second. These are all things that when you own your own business, you can now take advantage of and keep more money. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. And I know some of you struggle with the conversation around the business. You struggle with, how do I talk to people about joining me in the business? Well, how about just have a conversation with them about how to keep an extra $4,000 to $5,000 in their pocket? Like, would you like me to show you how to save $4,000 or $5,000 this year? Right? That's what we're talking about. Okay. So the moment you become a consultant at LifeVantage, you are now going to get, you're a subcontractor, you're 1099, and you own a business. This is something that you're not a W-2 employee. And when you own a business, it opens you up for deductions. Okay. The beauty of owning your own business is you earn money, you get to deduct expenses, and then you pay taxes on what's left. So let's say you made $100 and your expenses were $40. Well, you don't pay taxes on the 100, you pay taxes, guys, on the $60 that are left versus an employee that makes $100 and they get taxed on the 100. Big difference, all right? So the more deductions we have, the better, all right? So things that you can deduct when you become a consultant. Well, we work from home, so now a portion of your home is deductible. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney. Talk to your people, right? I'm not telling you what to do with your taxes. I'm telling you what's possible and what you should go research, okay? A portion of your home, like what I am sitting in right now, is my home office. When I come in here, it is work time, all right? This is not used for anything else but work, all right? So this square footage that's in this room, I know what the square footage of this room is compared to the rest of my house, and that percentage I can write off of my taxes, my electricity, as well as for my business, my cell phone. I don't have to write a portion off. I can write it off. Like, that's my cell phone. It's a business expense. It's numerous. I'm not going to take the time to go through all the business expenses that are eligible to you by owning your own business, but it's a lot. And it's expenses you don't get to deduct if you don't own your own business. Okay. The other thing is travel. You guys, a lot of you love to travel. I love to travel. Every time I travel, I write those trips off. I write the plane trips off, the airfare, the hotel stays, and the trick is documentation. Okay. Now, I know this is kind of turning into me talking like an accountant to you guys. I just want you to know how to do this and the questions to ask, because at the end of the day, I want you to keep more money in your pocket. Okay. That's what I want. And when you do this, what I really want is I want you to understand the power of owning this business with LifeVantage. This is an easy conversation for you to have, probably much easier than asking them to join you in the business or join your team, is asking them if they would like you to show them how to save $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 or more this year on their taxes. And it would literally, guys, I looked this up. It costs you just the cost of the pack, right? To join the business at LifeVantage. But then if you want to take this a step further, you can form a corporation. Now, for some of you, you might be like, oh my gosh, that's a big thing. It's scary. Okay, I get that. So if it scares you, you might want to get someone to help you put it together, right? And that's going to cost you anywhere from $500 to maybe $2,000 to have an attorney help you put this corporation in. And I mean, that's filing the paperwork, getting the bank accounts set up, all that stuff, which by the way is deductible, right? Professional fees by an attorney is a business expense. So whatever you invest or spend to set it up is deductible. It's a wash. If you would have had to pay $3,000 in taxes and it cost you $3,000 to set this thing up, you owe the IRS nothing. You don't pay the $3,000 and you've got a business. That's the beauty, guys. Okay. Now, once you have a corporation set up, it opens up a whole nother host of things that you can do financially to save on your taxes. Just one that I'll mention to you just briefly is called the Augusta Rule. And the Augusta Rule allows you up to 14 days to rent your home to a corporation. It can be your corporation. I do this every year. So when I do events at my home, I charge my LifeVantage business, my LifeVantage corporation, I charge them to rent my home. And my corporation writes a check to me personally, okay, personally, and I am able to take advantage of this home and write those expenses off for my business. All right. It's a great way for me to earn more money through this Augusta Rule. And there's a lot of other things that are opened up to you once you have a corporation. Now, you can do this on your own. You don't need an attorney. You don't need anyone to go set this up. I've looked it up that anywhere from $50 to $1,000 is what it's going to cost you, depending on what state you live in, to register a corporation. And then they are monthly fees. Okay. So what I want you to get out of this today is, number one, start having these conversations with people about the advantages of owning your own business. Every one of your friends, when you sit down with them, anywhere you are around, every one of them should join you on your team, your LifeVantage team, just to get the tax benefits. If they don't own a business already, every human should own their own business. And the more you can look people in the eye and have this conversation with them, like, why don't you have your own business? Did you know that if you own your own business, you can write this off and you can write this off and write this off? And then you can tell them a personal story. Last year, I saved 5,000. Guys, I saved over 10 grand last year in deductions, well over 10 grand just by a couple little strategies. Not all of it. I mean, there was more deductions than that. But I can tell people firsthand, I saved over $10,000 with just a couple strategies. Would you like to know how to do it? That opens it wide open, guys. And now you can simply show them, join me in this business. This is what it costs, right? And then you can start writing this off and this off and this off. And who knows, it might lead to a whole nother conversation with them about the business of network marketing, the power of leveraged income, and why they may want to build the team as well. But at the end of the day, guys, I know you joined this team to put yourself in a better financial position than you were before. You guys have already taken the first step by joining LifeVantage and owning a business. What I want you to do now is take advantage of the taxes, the tax benefits. Push your team that you work with, ask all the questions, and make sure you are getting full advantage of the tax benefits and the tax breaks for owning your own business. And then tell people that story. You guys tell the story about how good you feel from the products. You tell your story about how amazing it is to help people earn some money. Tell the story about how amazing it is that now, because you have this business, you've lowered your taxes by X amount of dollars. You can just literally go around and have that conversation and you will get people's attention. How I saved $5,000 or how I saved $10,000 in taxes last year. Do you want me to show you how? Have that conversation with people, because at the end of the day, they should just be worried about increasing their bottom line, increasing their profitability. Why would you pay $10,000 or $20,000 in taxes a year if you didn't have to? Keeping that money and then making that money grow. So I hope you get the gist of this. And be proud that you are a part of this business. It's a real business. In fact, I think it's the modern business. Owning a network marketing type business is the modern business. We do this completely how we want, when we want, without all the strings attached, the employees and the workers' comp and the inventory and the lawyers and the ugh, none of that. None of that and massive upside. This is the modern business, and I want you guys to be proud of it. Be proud and talk about it, and let's build your team.
Brandon, thank you. I took so many notes on this, so thank you for your wisdom again. And remember, guys, this is a gift to own your business. You get to decide your efforts, your attitude, your consistency. If you are consistent and doing a little bit every single day with LifeVantage, watch what happens. So next we get to hear from Sandy Tuggle, and she is an expert when it comes to the compensation plan. We get to hear how to get to MC1. And I don't know about you, but I have some new teammates. I need to help them get to MC1. That's the foundation rank. So Sandy, take it away. And I know you have a special guest with you today. Can't wait to hear from Lisa. It's all yours.
Thank you so much, Tori. I'm really excited to talk with you all today about MC1. This is such an important rank along the consultant path, and LifeVantage really puts a lot of emphasis and celebration on achieving this rank. So today we're going to talk about what does it take to qualify as an MC1, what are some of those perks and benefits that come along with achieving this rank, and then I also have a special guest to come on at the end to talk about her experience on achieving MC1 and beyond. Along the consultant path, the MC1 rank falls right in the middle of the build and grow phase, and it's actually heading towards the lead phase. And we do need 10,000 in group sales volume, which will count up all the volume in our entire organization. And then this maximum volume rule, I know sometimes can be a little misunderstood. What this means is we can take up to 6,000 from our largest volume source to count towards our rank qualification, meaning we would need 4,000 in volume outside of our largest volume source to hit the 10,000. Now, I know this can be a little misunderstood, so I'm actually going to cover this in a little bit more detail as we go along in this training. This personal purchase cap of 150 by no means says that you can't order more than 150 for your personal consumption. But what that does mean is we're allowed to take up to 150 of our own order to go towards this sales volume requirement of 300. So you definitely also need some customers personally enrolled to you for the sales volume requirement of 300. Our income disclosure statement, MC1s on average are earning around $1,700 a month. And the average number of months to achieve MC1 is 11. So I always feel like if you have somebody who's brand new and really looking to build this business, or somebody relaunching and they have their eyes on MC1, I think it's definitely an attainable goal in their first year. This is our level bonus chart. And as you can see, every time you rank advance, you actually earn a pay raise. And when we go from SC3 to MC1, we're earning an additional percentage of commission on our level 3, an extra 2% on our level 4, and now we've unlocked earning commission on our level 5. I'm going to show you a very generic example of kind of a 5x5 scenario. And what I love about our comp plan is we're not limited by any means to having only 5 consultant legs are, personally enrolled to us. We can have 10, 20, 50, or 100 consultant legs on our front line. And that's just going to give us more benefits of balance and stability. In this example, I am going to, let's say we enroll 5 consultants and they have 500 in sales volume. And then they also enroll 5 consultants, and let's say they only have even 300 in sales volume. So these can be newer organizations. This is going to add their consultant legs to their volume to equal 2,000. And each of these consultant legs are considered a volume source. And this 2,000 also happens to be SC1, which is another really important rank. So all of these volume sources roll up in through your organization, and your customer orders and your personal order is also counting as a volume source. So right here, we have 5 consultant legs plus our personal and customers, which would be another volume source. We're actually looking at 6 volume sources here. We're super well balanced. I've achieved over the 10,000. We have a very good balance here, and we are qualified as an MC1. Over here, I've put in the percentages of commission that we would earn on each of these levels. We're qualified to pay up to 5 levels deep. And we have 2,500 SV on our first level, 7,500 on our second level, and those would be the corresponding commissions that we would earn. So combining that with our customer sales that we would earn commission on, we'd be over $1,000 a month as a new MC1. Let's go back to this maximum volume rule. I know this sometimes can be misunderstood. So if we have 10,000 in volume, we're allowed to take up to 6,000 from our largest volume source to qualify towards MC1, meaning we would need 4,000 in volume outside of that largest volume source to qualify. So let's look at the same example, except this first consultant decided to run and also wanted to be an MC1. They've enrolled and duplicated, and they have consultants all the way down to your 5th level. And they do have 10,000 in volume. They're qualified as an MC1. You still have all of these other consultants outside of this leg, which is really important for balance. So what we're going to do to figure out if we're qualified as an MC1, we can count up to 6,000 here. That's our largest volume source. And then we have plenty of volume. We needed 4,000. We've got way more than that outside of this leg. So we are still qualified as an MC1. Sometimes people get confused that we're only getting paid on 6,000 volume, which is not necessarily true. We're getting paid on all 5 levels of this organization because they have 10,000. We're getting paid on all of that right now. So all of this combined together with our personal order and our customers, we're over 19,000 in volume, which is actually knocking on the door of MC2. So another 850 in volume outside of this leg would qualify you as an MC2. Growth Summit. When you qualify as an MC1 and you hold that rank for 3 months, you'll be invited to Growth Summit. This is where LifeVantage will actually pay your expenses, fly you out to corporate, and celebrate your success, and then also give you all kinds of great training and the appropriate tools and resources to move on to MC2, MC3, and beyond. So I've invited Lisa Bomers, who actually ran to MC1 very, very quickly and was one of the first to attend Growth Summit. And since then, she's rank advanced on to MC2, MC3, and she's always at least a diamond seller, if not a double or a triple diamond. So I'm excited to invite Lisa on to tell us a little bit more about her story. Hey, Lisa, thank you so much for coming on today to talk about your experience and your journey to MC1. And, you know, anybody who doesn't know Lisa, she is amazing. She's a nurse of 25 years. She and I connected many years ago in the natural health space and became fast friends. And now we've been business partners for many years, and she's just such a blessing to so many people. So thanks again for coming on, Lisa. And when I remember when you first got started, you were really just dipping your toe in the water with the products and with the business. And then you decided to attend Global Convention. Can you talk a little bit about what inspired you at that event to really run with it when you got home?
Yeah, thanks for having me. And so I was super skeptical. I became a consultant, didn't even start the products, but I was like, okay, I'm going to go to convention and see what this is all about. And it really blew me away. From the culture, the community, to the corporate staff, to, the marriage partners on stage, and, that we're partnering in this business, to the health testimonials, to this being a mission of helping other people. And by the end, I was just really had changed my perspective and kind of lit a fire in me. And it was like God was telling me this was my purpose. And it aligned so perfectly. And as me as a nurse for 25 years, wanting to help people, but then also my passion for natural health when dealing, with my son's autoimmune and my own health challenges, wanting to get to that root cause and cellular level. And it was really kind of where passion meets purpose. And I just kind of went away really excited.
Oh, that's awesome. And I remember when you got home from that event, you were really thinking about all the people you wanted to share with, and you hosted a launch event of your own and just continued plugging on. And you were actually within, I think, 4 or 5 months, you hit MC1, went from brand new consultant to MC1 rather quickly. So can you share some of some of the different maybe tools or tips or resources that you used to grow your business so quickly?
Yeah, so when I got home, I wanted to do a launch party. And so that turned out to be really good. And I actually had gotten 3 business partners just from sharing that, which was amazing. I didn't even set out to for this to be a business. I was just passionate about helping others because after I started the products, within a couple of weeks, I noticed changes in my energy and sleep that over the last 16 years, nothing had changed all the things I did. And so that was kind of how I got started on just getting really passionate about sharing this with others. And then I just had others join me. So I think events, and going to the events like convention, but then also doing your own events at home, the launch parties. And then, now that I have a team, I do overviews monthly, which is just a great way to stay in community, but, on morale and a way for us to invite new people. And then I just think being very intentional and consistent with meeting new people, whether that's church or Bible study or volunteering, is just always building relationships is key.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. And since you hit MC1 so quickly, you were actually one of the first to qualify for what they now have as Growth Summit. Can you talk a little bit about your experience at Growth Summit and that maybe how that helped lay the foundation for you to advance on to MC2 and MC3?
Yeah, that was an amazing opportunity. And I just love it that corporate pours into us and is willing to train us and grow us in our business. And it was also really cool because my husband got to come along and, he was skeptical at first too, as, one of those things. And then just his support along the way, and then being able to come with me and support me and just, meeting corporate and, having some of the presidentials. We had Mark Shansato and just, he was really just, again, building our teams, having those SC1s on our team, building those relationships. And he just said, one of the things that stood out was, if you want to change your life, do the business. And if you don't want to change your life, then just keep this as a hobby. And so it's like, who doesn't want to change their life, right? And then building those relationships, helping your consultants to build a team and grow with them. And then also recognition is huge, right? Recognizing those people, making them feel special, helping them to believe in themselves. And then just that, it'll also increase their productivity and belief in themselves. And he also said recognition can be free, but the results it produces is priceless. And I just love that.
Oh, I love that too. And it's been such a fun thing to watch you from the very start. And now you are such an awesome leader to your amazing team. And you have attracted some awesome people that I have just had such a pleasure of getting to know. So I just want to congratulate you and wish you all the best. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story tonight, Lisa.
Thank you. Love you all.
Love you.
Sandy, thank you. Was wonderful. Thank you. You're so knowledgeable when it comes to the comp plan. I know if I ever have a question, I'm calling you. So next we get to hear from JLo, Jessica Perez, 5-foot JLo. Love her. She's actually my accountability partner. We talk almost every single day. So there's a key. Make sure you have an accountability partner. But she's going to talk to you about mindset, because mindset is everything, right? She's going to actually show us how to open our magic. And she's going to have an action plan at the very end. So pay attention. JLo, I can't wait. Let's go. Cheers.
Hi, this is Jessica JLo Perez coming to you from Tampa, Florida. And I'm excited to be in front of the TBC today. I was asked to do a mindset training, and the topic is pretty cool. I'm hoping you're going to like it. But let's just think about it from this perspective. See, growth in this business doesn't really come from doing more. It comes from becoming more. Like, I want you to truly think about mindset, not hype mindset, not the motivation, not that. See, mindset turns into action that can turn into leadership, and the mindset that can create income. See, I want to walk through a simple framework. It's called the telescope, the microscope, and yes, the mirror. That's where real growth can happen. See, leaders that stop just staying busy and start doing what actually converts, that's where the magic happens. It's where I want to live, where I got to get better at. And I hope you'll join me on the journey. So let me dive right on in. I'm going to share my screen. I've got prepared this really cool deck for you. So let's have a conversation. The telescope into the microscope, and yes, looking in the mirror. So first things first, why action doesn't always turn into income? Well, there's reasons for that, okay? Number one, we know what to do. Most of us are pretty knowledgeable. We do a lot of training. We do this, we listen to that, we plug in. See, we know what to do, and so we stay busy. Like almost too busy. Like busy as bees, but not necessarily productive busy. Anybody get me? So because of that, results won't always match our efforts. Because we're constantly in this busy mode of do, where income isn't following like the activity alone. It follows the type of actions that we do, like the right actions. See, alignment is how we think and lead. See, income follows aligned action, not just activity. It's not just staying busy to stay busy. It's not just being on my phone 24/7 or scrolling on social media looking for the perfect post to use, and I've just wasted an hour and a half. Yeah, I don't know if that's you or not. See, we're going to get vulnerable today. We're going to get vulnerable. We're going to talk a lot. I'm going to share some conversations, and I'm hoping that you will see the vision and the telescope the way that I do. See, it starts with the vision. In order for us to understand how we can be better leaders, we need to stand on top of a mountain. I want you to close your eyes and envision yourself on top of a mountain, looking through a telescope and seeing as far as you can go. Now, dream big, folks. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's it look like? What is your big picture version for your journey? It's yours. Your big picture vision. What's it look like? Only you can decide it. See, when you begin to do that, we might need to ask ourselves some questions like, where am I going? How about this one? Who am I actually becoming in order for that vision to become realized? And what kind of leader am I going to build? See, that's where the magic happens. When we can transfer our vision to our leaders, now magic's going to happen, because that's where clear vision can create confident action. See, if we don't know where we're headed, will anyone want to follow us? Yeah, I don't think so. So that's where we lack followers, because our vision might not be so clear. So paint it, share it, post it, talk about it in a real, vulnerable way. See, when telescope is defined, the next thing that needs to happen is the daily actions of the microscope. See, the microscope takes you all the way down to see this little piece right here. See, compounded actions over time can do amazing things. If you haven't read The Compound Effect, you need to. If you haven't read The Atomic Habits by James Clear, if you haven't read that, you need to, because they're all about small daily actions and how they can lead to massive results over time. So let's hit this. See, simple systems are the daily actions that if we can do, we're good. Simple system, ITT. We've got one. Invite, tool, share with the team. The key is, how often do you do it? How often are you repeating the behaviors of inviting, following up, sharing the tool, follow up, get them to talk to someone, put them in use the huddle. Hello. We have incredible systems in order to be able to share with others, but are we repeatedly doing it? Are the behaviors being consistently done? See, it's always consistency over intensity. If I sit here and just try to run a sprint through a marathon, I'm going to burn out. That's where burnout happens, where the intensity is so high. But if we can do small things over time, done daily, that's where leverage is born. We can create leverage through small actions done daily. So it's up to you. Figure out which actions you need to do more of. Let's go get it, right? Simple, maybe, but there's some things. See, leaders stall. We all do. There's gaps. And why do we stall? Well, sometimes we get stuck. And we get stuck especially when vision without action leads to frustration. And where action without vision leads to burnout. Anybody ever felt frustrated? Anybody ever felt burned out? We all say things like, I wish she would do. I wish he would do. Action without vision. Burnout. Frustration. I have a big vision, but they're not active. Frustration. Here's what I'd like us to think about. See, there might be a different reason that growth stalls as well. It's not just those things, the things outside of our control. There's actually some real thoughts here about the idea of maybe I should look in the mirror. Me, the leader. Truly look in the mirror and identify, who am I? What am I? But what am I avoiding to be the leader I need to be? That's a vulnerable question. What am I avoiding? I want each of you to take this little leadership test and think about it. What am I avoiding? What feels productive but isn't converting? Like hanging out in social media, putting a post out going, yay, it's great. Is it? No. How about we actually do conversations? Thank you, Lucia, because I know you're going to get some good social media training in this Build and Grow Blueprint as well. But what feels productive but doesn't convert? And then lastly, who must I become for the next level? Who does J-Lo need to do? What does she need to do to take her to that next level? J-Lo's got some work to do because she hasn't hit the next level yet that she's looking to hit. So we all have work. See, income grows when leadership grows, and I don't mean individually. You might find yourself to be a leader yourself and in who you are and how you lead, but is your leadership transferable? Is your vision transferable to your team? That's where the identity is born. That's where leadership can grow. So look, I come to this conversation because growth is going to live outside of comfort. It's where you have productive discomfort, where it might be hard to do. Like that first one, I know it might be scary to invite. But man, if you can invite boldly with a good protective armor, you're good to go. The more you invite, the more you'll get comfortable and confident. The second thing, maybe you need to follow up more clearly. Like, here's where I'm at. On a scale of 1 to 10, I just need to know where you're at. I don't want to bother you. I don't want to hound you, but I want to follow up because I value you. And I want you to know that I care about you. That's why I'm following up. See, and number 3, being visible. And I don't just mean like right here. I mean being visible on social media, being visible when you go to an event. Don't sit as a fly on the wall, but go meet people, introduce, shake their hand, look at their eyes and say, hey, I'm excited about something. I'd love to share more with you. See, and the 4th thing is just letting go of control to duplicate. Because guess what? That's going to happen. That can happen. But it happens when we just take a step back and don't push so hard, but allow things to organically grow. See, and then you just got to do these things daily. Like literally pull off the Band-Aid. I say it all the time. And do it daily. See, if it feels uncomfortable but aligned, it absolutely will convert. That's where the magic happens. I'm going to leave you with a couple more slides. Listen, microscope actions that will build leverage. Like if we can do more of these, like expanding our network, strengthening our personal brand, whether it's in social media or just in person. If we can create more connection when we go to events and through events, if we can calendar, like literally put on the calendar what matters and stick to it, man. And then lastly, if we can protect our energy and have the right people in our spaces, surround ourselves with the right people. See, that's where leverage isn't about hustle. It's about true focus. It's where leverage is born when we can do these things on a consistent basis. So if you're taking notes, Here's where the challenge happens. Your Build and Grow challenge for this mindset training today is to ask yourself this question every day. What am I avoiding that would create growth for me and my team? I want you to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself that question daily. What am I avoiding that would create growth for me and my team? See, this is where the action turns into income, because you're truly getting to the root cause of where we are. So, in closing, I want you to choose one action. Just commit for 7 days. And here's some examples. Maybe you're just going to invite one new person for 7 days straight. Or maybe you're going to follow up with clarity for 7 days straight. Or maybe you're going to post imperfectly, but be consistent for 7 days straight. Maybe you're going to delegate instead of doing, or maybe you're going to schedule something instead of reacting to something. So, every day, ask yourself at the end of the day, what action did I take today that truly stretched me? So, in closing, I hope that you can see that growth truly comes from not doing more. It comes from becoming more. It comes from using the mirror every single day. So I want you to use the mirror. Choose that one uncomfortable action. Make it aligned. Use it daily for 7 days. And, that's where the magic's going to happen. So I wish you much luck. Good luck on your challenges. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you. And I hope we have an incredible rest of your month. Bye for now.
JLo, wow. Mindset. It's so important. And you nailed it. She also gave you an action plan. So commit to one for 7 days and build your magic. Because guys, mindset is everything. I make sure that every morning I wake up and I've got it clear and ready, and I know what I'm going to do that day for my business. So JLo, thanks again. Thank you all, 4 of our incredible trainers. You heard the knowledge. It's been shared. The wisdom has been laid out for you, the strategies, everything you needed to build your business. So it's up to you. What are you going to do? Are you going to start today? Don't wait till tomorrow, because change doesn't happen unless you make a change, and it starts today. So you've got wisdom, you've got strategies, you've got the mindset ready, you know what to do. Go apply it, and let's build our business and go help a whole lot of people out there. It's been a privilege. Y'all have a great day and apply this to your business.